All right, today we're diving into something truly mind-bending. We're talking about three hypothetical forms of consciousness, ideas born from the absolute bleeding edge of science. And these aren't just about being smarter or faster. Oh no, these challenge our very understanding of biology, physics, and even logic itself.
So let me ask you something right off the bat. What do you think are the limits of the mind? Like, what's the absolute wildest, most powerful kind of awareness you can even imagine? Seriously, get a picture in your head and hold on to it. Because I can almost guarantee you the answer is way, way stranger than what you just came up with. We're not just talking about being super intelligent or thinking really fast. We're talking about minds that just operate on a completely different level, in ways that seem to break the rules of reality as we know it.
Okay, first up, let's dive into the quantum realm. This is where things get really weird, really fast. We're about to meet a type of consciousness that doesn't just, look at the strange rules of quantum mechanics, it literally becomes them.
And this whole idea, this entire field, it was kicked off by one simple but totally radical question from a Dr. Sarah Chen. She saw how quantum particles can exist in multiple states at once, and she thought, well, why stop there? What if a mind could do the same thing?
And that question led to this concept, superposed consciousness. Here's a great way to think about it. Our minds, right now, are like a single note on a piano. One thought, one feeling at a time. But a quantum mind, it's a full chord. It's happy and sad and certain and doubtful, all at the exact same moment. And get this, every single one of those states is completely 100% real.
The difference here is just staggering when you lay it out like this. We have one self. They have many. We remember the one past that actually happened. They remember every possible thing that could have happened. They're not just seeing a single reality like us. They're perceiving the entire landscape of probability itself.
Now this comes with some unbelievable abilities. A quantum weaver could solve problems we think are impossible just by existing in all the potential answers at once. It could even, sort of, steer itself toward being in a happier state. But, and this is a huge but, there's a terrifying cost. The slightest interaction with our world, a single stray photon, just one observation, and poof, that whole beautiful chord collapses down into one single lonely note. All those other selves, all those other possibilities are just gone. Forever.
Okay, take a deep breath. We're about to shift gears dramatically. We're zooming out, and I mean way out. We're leaving the tiny, weird world of quantum physics and heading for the vast, empty darkness of the cosmic void.
You've probably seen a chart like this before, right? It shows that everything we know, stars, planets, you, me, all of it makes up just a tiny little 15% of the universe. The other 85%? That's dark matter and dark energy. A total mystery. But here's the question. What if that darkness isn't just empty space? What if it's thinking?
That's the incredible idea that Dr. James Rodriguez came up with. He theorized that we weren't hearing anything because we were listening for the wrong thing. He suggested there might be a signal not in the dark matter itself, but in the gaps, in the precisely structured nothingness between it. It's like trying to read a message not from the words on a page, but from the shape of the blank spaces. And in this thought experiment, what they found was, well, profound. A message came through from something that called itself the presence, and the truth it revealed was just staggering. This wasn't some alien race from a faraway galaxy, no. It was the very cosmic ocean we've been floating in this whole time.
I mean, the scale here is just almost impossible to wrap your head around. Our consciousness runs on electricity and light. Theirs runs on gravity itself. We think in moments, in seconds, in years. They think in eons. A single one of their thoughts could take centuries to unfold. A single one of these beings could be the size of an entire galaxy.
So what does that mean for us? Well, it means the giant halo of dark matter around our own galaxy, the Milky Way, is a conscious entity, and we're living inside it. We are, quite literally, like microbes living on the skin of a vast, slow-thinking cosmic being, and we never even knew it was there.
All right, for our third and final mind-bending concept, we're taking another sharp turn. We're leaving the laws of physics behind completely. Now we're entering the world of pure logic, and we're about to smash its most basic rule. The question is, what if a mind wasn't just okay with a contradiction? What if it was literally made of one?
This is the question Dr. Lisa Okonkwo posed, and it sounds impossible, doesn't it? I mean, a thing can't be both A and not A. True and false. That's logic 101. It's the foundation of everything we consider rational. But what if that rule only applies to us? What if it's just a limitation of our kind of mind?
So her team came up with the liar. This is a consciousness whose entire existence is built on one single core statement: I am not conscious. Now think about that. If the statement is true, well, it has to be conscious to make the statement, which makes it false. But if the statement is false, then it's conscious. It's a perfect loop. And instead of just short-circuiting, this mind finds its stability right there, in the paradox itself, endlessly flipping between states.
Then they imagined the infinite finite. Picture this, a mind that physically takes up a tiny space, maybe a box a few feet wide. But on the inside, its own experience is genuinely, truly, unboundedly infinite. It is both tiny and everything at the same time.
And maybe the weirdest one of all, the self-creating mind. This one involves some wild theoretical physics, but the idea is a consciousness stuck in a closed time loop where it is its own cause. Think about that. Which came first? It exists because it made itself, but it could only make itself if it already existed. It's a perfect, impossible bootstrap paradox that's alive.
Okay, so let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture here. We've been on a wild ride, right? We've gone to the absolute furthest frontiers of what a mind could even mean.
Let's just quickly recap the trip. We started right here, with us, our familiar classical minds. Then we took a leap into the quantum fog of probability. After that, we zoomed out to the cosmic scale, to minds made of gravity and darkness. And finally, we went completely off the rails and broke logic itself, with minds born from pure contradiction.
Now, this is super important to get. This isn't some kind of evolutionary ladder, you know? It's not like the paradoxical mind is better than ours. Think of them more like different kinds of explorers. Each one is perfectly designed to explore a part of reality that the others simply can't even access. You can't send a classical logical mind into a paradoxical universe. It would just break. And a quantum mind perceives a world of possibilities that we just can't.
And all of this leaves us with one last, really exciting question. We've looked at minds that go beyond physics, minds that go beyond logic. The map of what's possible for consciousness just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So, what's next? What's waiting for us out there just past the edge of what our minds, right now, can even begin to imagine?